All right, Zach, so this is what we got going on. She's very, very, very sturdy. Normally, with these Angel Customs, the attachments right here, you can see the screw holding that in right there. Normally there's a screw holding this in back here, but I basically have the disconnect port coming out there, the what is it called, the Russian CQB, whatever it's called, for the hose connect. And it just made the most sense. I was going to have it come out down here, and then to try to keep the disconnect on here. But when I was looking at it, it just made the most sense. I think it was the sturdiest, just the way it is right here. Basically, this will go all the way up in the handguard, so you'd be grabbing it like that. You have your hose coming out right there. I put shims on the sides here to keep it from going single stack to double stack, then back to single. And if you can see in the pictures, it's pretty good. They're not quite double stacked. There's a little bit of wiggle room. And normally I'd go back in and shim it a little bit more. My only concerns with it is that I don't want to shim it too much, number one, and have them get stuck. And number two, it's flowing. So it's flowing, it works. I don't think it needs to be messed with. I think it's working just fine. So basically, oh, and the other thing I wanted to show you was let me get this back on. So normally I would have done something cosmetically around here and up here. However, I don't have the gun, so I don't know exactly how it's going to seat on there. And when I did my build, I had a little bit of issues with it not quite going in far enough. So I kind of don't want to mess with that. I mean, I don't know how to mess with it because I'm not exactly sure how it's going to seat in there. I've looked at pictures, but you can, off pictures, you can kind of only go off so much. I also have this mag here, which is the Tokyo Marui. And a part of me is almost thinking about just taking this part off and putting in there to see how it fits. But again, I think there's slight differences in the KWA. Like, I think that doesn't quite go back as far. Anyhow, I figured you were the artiste, and once you get it and you see how it seats, if you want to pretty that up there, you can always do that. Oh yeah, last thing, filling it up with BBs. It can be taken apart. Basically, when you take this back section off, you're gonna have to take this off first, and then once you take that off, you're gonna unscrew these three. And this is the kind of weird part, the kind of sketchy part. You got to kind of like bend it out. This lip's gonna got to bend up kind of far, and then you got to kind of like lift it from the bottom like out, and it's kind of gnarly. Basically, you don't want to be opening it up and closing it too often, because probably over time it's going to put stress back there and it's going to want to snap that. These do have a lot of flex to them, but only to a certain extent. So I got the feeding hole right there, and then the fill hole right there. The other thing is the little so I ended up using a inner barrel, brass inner barrel right there, and it's feeding fine right now. but I didn't want to glue it in because you may have to do little tiny adjustments in there. Like when I first started trying to get that to sync up with the feeding tube in there, the feeding tube is screwed in, it's locked in. You can probably see in the pictures. But I ran out of real estate going this way. So it's like kind of just right in there, like just about as perfect as I can get it. And if you ever do have feeding issues where they won't go up in here, all you have to do is get like just a little tiny, like little tiny screwdriver and probably just kind of like push it in a little bit, you know, or just trying to kind of get in there and just kind of wiggle it and tweak it a little bit. So yeah, if you ever have issues where you're trying to load it and the BBs aren't going up in there, that's what's going on. And I haven't had any issues with it lately, but when I first started kind of building that part of it, I did, and I would literally just like, where's that little tool? You got like a little flathead or something. I literally just like touched it and it just went like that, filled up. So anyhow, I'll give you an example. I'll fill it up with the BBs. Yeah, the hole is basically perfect size for a speed loader. And I also put sound dampening, a real thin layer of sound dampening foam in there. It makes a huge difference. And when you're running around, it's really hard to A/B on on video because the microphone on the smartphones doesn't quite pick it up. It's kind of like when you're watching a video of like a suppressor before and after, and it's like, at least to me, it always sounds the same, you know, but in real life, there's a big difference. Also with an SMG, you know, yeah, oh dude, it's way lighter than, or it's way less noisy. Hold on one sec, yeah?
Mom and I will be back in a half an hour. We're gonna pick up some dressings from Jackie. She has those special, and Bo is in the den.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
All right, love you.
Love you.
And so, what was I gonna say? Lost my train of thought. Anyhow, yeah, speed loader, bang. As far as the hole, oh man, I'm not sure. I was thinking about maybe molding something with some Sugru or putting like some sort of like cap in there or something. I also have like a flap that came with the attachment, that this flap right here, which I might just send with you, but I don't know, you know, I mean, it's like, the problem with the flap is it's like, it would just flap around, you know, and leave a bigger hole for stuff to fall out of. A hole like this, even if you're running around, like see? Oh, a couple fell out. You know, but a couple did fall out, but I mean, I just shook that a lot and 2 had fallen out, you know. Anyhow, that is that. Let me get, maybe I have enough BBs in here. All right, so, feeding them. Here we go. You know, look right there. They're going to go right up there. Oh, I need to put more BBs in. But yeah, they were feeding good. Where's my babies? Yeah, like I said, when I first started kind of lining that up, the feeding feeding tube to the magazine there. They were getting stuck, but the last probably 10 times I've done that right there, it's been fine. It's fed perfectly fine, just like that. I wish that I had the gun so that I could do some like full auto tests and see like how fast I can fill. But I might be able to, I kind of have an idea here in a sec, I'll show you. All right. All right. See if I can get this lined up. If I get it lined up just right, they'll just start shooting out. No. There we go. There we go. Well, you get an idea. I mean, I wish I had a little bit better of an... Before, I noticed if I had it right at the right kind of pinched angle, they would just come flying out. I mean, you saw that. Like, there was a couple times there were like 5 or 10 at a time would just come rolling out. Give it another little crank. I bet if I come like that. No? Well, you get the idea. So yeah, that's it. I think I'm super happy with this. And I'm excited to see what you think. And I'm going to try to go mail this off today. All right.